In part 2 of your density lab, we're going to identify a metal by its density. First of all, let's write the color of the metal. I believe that color would be silver. Now we need to record the mass of the metal. As you can see from the screen, it's 18.6 grams. Be sure you include a unit. Now we need to measure the height of this cylinder. We need to find the volume, and we can either do length times width times height if it was a rectangle, but it's not. It's a cylinder. So instead we need to use volume equals pi times r squared times the height. So we'll need to record the height and the diameter. Then we'll need to convert the diameter to the radius, and then we can calculate the volume. The length of this piece of metal, as you can see, is 5 centimeters. Just plain centimeters, not squared or cubed or anything. Then the diameter, if you look closely, you can see it's 1 point, and then count the little tick marks, 1, 2, 3. So 1.3 centimeters. Make sure you have a unit. Now we need to find the radius. Well, the diameter is all the way across. The radius is halfway across. So take 1.3 divided by 2, and the radius is 0.65 centimeters. You can either write 0.65 or just 0.65. Now it's time to find the volume. Here's the formula. So we need to do pi times the radius, 0.65 squared, times the height, which is 5. When we do that, we end up with the volume, which is 6.64. Now it's cubic centimeters, because that's a volume. Now we're ready to find the density. Density is mass divided by volume. So we put the mass on top. We put the volume on the bottom. Then divide. Round to 1 or 2 decimal places and put your answer right here under density. Make sure you include units. The mass was in grams. The volume was in cubic centimeters. So our unit will be grams per cubic centimeter. Next, you'll need to identify the metal. When you look at the different values for the density, choose the one that is closest to the density that you found and circle that metal, or write the metal right here. It may not be exactly equal to the density, but as long as it's pretty close, then you have it correct.